Welcome to Season 3 of This Is How My Brain Works, the podcast about living, thriving, and laughing through the ups and downs of neurodiversity. We explore the real stories, the real struggles, and the real strengths that come with thinking differently. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of This Is How My Brain Works. There's Jason Rudofsky. There's Krista Gano. I'm Michael Collins. Sarah Hines is out on assignment. Today, we have something called 40 Brilliant Neurodivergent Life Hacks. So the way this is going to work today is this is from Attitude Magazine. It's a great resource if you're not familiar. ADDITUDE, Attitude Magazine. ADHD Science and Strategies, attitudemag.com. They are not a sponsor. Unless they want to be, then we will gladly have them. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to read through these. We've only read a few of these, but I thought it would be fun just to read a hack, and we'll see how it resonates with the group here, and if we have any experience with it, or if we feel that's a good idea or not, we'll just comment on it. But we're just going to work through these things fairly quickly. This will be kind of like a speed round episode. So the first one, so life hacks for neurodivergent brains. Out of sight no more is the topic of this one. For visibility, I took the doors off my kindergartner's closet. Any thoughts?
Let's move on. Next, Alex.
I've heard that there's this whole thing, especially in the autism space, that if you put your toothpaste, toothbrush, your toiletries out on, you're more apt to remember to do those things. Like sometimes, especially when you're hyper focusing or doing something, you might forget some of those, like deodorant. I mean, I know it's crazy, but that is true. I mean, let's just be honest about it. And I have heard if you put it out on your, on the sink, on the counter, you're more apt to do it than if it's in a drawer.
Totally agree with that. The only time I take my vitamins is if I'm looking through my cupboard for something else, and then I go oh yeah, my vitamins, and then I'll take them. My keys and my cell are on lanyards that I wear around my neck. Would that be helpful? Wearing keys?
I bet you that'd be helpful for Jason if he remind.
It would be helpful if I could remember where I put the lanyard.
Yeah, right.
Basically.
You just don't know where I put the lanyard.
But I walk in, I put the keys down exactly the same place every night. And so when they're not there, I know it's my husband has driven my car.
There you go. Okay, next one. I use a fabric organizer with 31 pockets to organize my medicine for each day of the month.
That sounds like a nightmare.
That sounds like we're going into, a lot of ADHDers have a comorbidity like generalized anxiety or some OCD. This is venturing into that, maybe that OCD space a little bit.
And then I'm not going to remember to do that at the beginning of the month.
That sounds
that's going to work for 1 month.
That sounds like such a heavy lift. I'm sweating just thinking about it. All right, this one's a little gross.
30 medications.
In my opinion. I leave my vitamins in the car cup holder.
Yeah, no. Because once you get in every morning, when you go to work, it's there. You know it.
But the other stuff that accumulates in that cup holder, so you're basically taking vitamins.
Are you putting the bottle in the cup holder?
Oh, maybe that's what it is. I was just
the bottle. Just the bottle.
Well, but I take a bunch of different vitamins. So how do you do that? That doesn't work.
The way I envision that
it wouldn't work for you, but for me,
a bunch of loose vitamins just rattling around in the.
Michael, that's how I heard it too. I was like, ugh, no, but I get it. If you're taking like a multi and that's the one thing and it's in there, I guess.
Okay.
I need my cup holder because I'm one of those ADHD people that has multiple drinks for multiple purposes. So I need the cup holders.
Love the beverages.
That's right.
Okay, next one. After years of urging my son to put his laundry away, he asked to have a laundry basket for dirty clothes and a laundry basket for clean clothes. Thoughts? Good hack?
I actually do think that's a pretty good hack. I mean, although I know that some people feel like dirty clothes should never, clean clothes should never be in a hamper that also had at some point dirty clothes in it. I'm not really that person, but I know that people are like that. And And that might create a lot of confusion for that person on which
Yeah.
one, unless you have it marked. But I would say I have a kid that sometimes the clothes get put away and sometimes it's the floor drobe or just staying in the basket. But we have changed his closet so that things aren't, unless it's like underwear or socks, things really aren't in drawers anymore. They are all hanging so he can see it.
Yes. Everything
That's
hang.
good.
I hang
Yeah.
all my shirts, t-shirts,
Yeah.
every shirt. I hang everything. I don't like drawers.
Yeah.
All right, one more laundry related hack. This one says, I stopped folding underwear.
I've never folded underwear. I'm
Is that
sorry.
just not worth the
I wear
time it
boxers and
takes?
they're very foldable, so I fold them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't wear boxers and they're dumb to fold. So there's an underwear drawer and they get put in the underwear
So
drawer.
hard to fold. It's like folding a fitted sheet. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Like
That
they
is
just found a
true.
drawer.
A
Right,
fitted sheet.
right. Ball it up and throw it. I don't know.
All right, next topic. Sync up time and energy. And this hack is I never make any major work decisions or send important emails after 2 p.m. on Fridays.
Okay, I don't live by that rule.
I just can't track time that carefully. I mean, I would like, truthfully, when we're done on Friday, I guess that is true for me, but it's not by purpose. Because when we're done on Fridays, I'm done for the most part. Like I'm like, it's Friday. This is my last thing. But
Yeah.
that's not purposeful. I don't make that a thing.
But I'm not. I don't live or work in a world where I've got like a deadline or need to send an email like at 3:30 on a Friday afternoon, to hope that someone takes care of this by the weekend. I don't have
Yeah,
that.
for me, I don't think I can turn it off like that. If there was something urgent, I don't think I could
No,
wait
if
to
there was
do it.
something urgent, you got to do it. Like I can't be hard and fast. But I also now have moved to I schedule a lot of emails to go out ahead of time so that they're scheduled and they're off my head, but people don't know that I might be doing something at weird times.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
Like,
I
what are
don't
you
want people
doing
to
sending me an email at 3 o'clock? Why are you up so late?
that's right. Or even like I don't want people to think that I'm available on the weekends for them to email and text me with business stuff, but I might be working on the weekends because I that's a that maybe there was a period of time that I could. So I will, if I am, I will set those emails to go on Monday later in like midday or so, so they
Brilliant.
think I'm normal.
I love it. That's brilliant.
All right.
I like it.
Okay, so here's creating organization systems is the next topic.
Uh-oh.
And this is I take one piece of trash out of my car every time I leave it.
No.
So this is the whole thing of like this car is so messy. It's overwhelming for me to even think about it, and you just get out of the car and go into the house or wherever, But if you I call it the chop and wood approach. If you just do little bits, ongoing little bits of things, eventually it clears it all out or it just doesn't become as daunting.
I have
Yes.
I have a husband who loves to have apparently like nothing in the car. And then
Okay.
I am the type of person you could tell I was the one that moved the kids around. So I like to have napkins, straws, like things that, that you might need in a
Of
car if someone,
course. Of
yeah, all that. A
course.
fork
A
of this,
fork.
And
A
so
spork.
whenever he is in my car, I will go back and everything has been cleaned out. And I'm always like, where's the hand sanitizer? There's purpose for that,
Hey, I had a thing of honey mustard. Where did my small little bag of honey mustards go?
yeah,
Just for this moment, I needed the honey
Sunflower
mustard.
seeds are what
It's like
I
it's a traveling 7-Eleven. Anything you need.
that's right.
You need gauze, I got gauze.
So I don't have like a messy car, but he hates that I have like that I'll have napkins in the side pocket or like and I'm always like so I don't like he goes in and just gets rid of everything.
What about, okay, I think another organization thing, this person says, I leave a basket with socks, hair elastics, and a brush near the door. So they don't have to keep rushing back upstairs. They have kind of like this little kit of things they might frequently forget, just a little bin of it at the door.
No, I mean I have my equivalent in the sense that I have a little sort of cosmetic case type of thing with things like with a hair tie, chapstick, like sort of things that if I'm out in the world, and that's always in my purse, so I never take it out. and it's always there as sort of the emergency kit, but I don't
Mhm.
have anything by the door or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's a good
Um,
idea though, if that's where your sticking point is.
right. All right. Quirky ways to motivate. Um, I hum, don't put it down, put it away.
Are
When I
those the
find
same or are those two different ones?
this
Are
is,
we humming while not putting it down?
I hum, don't put it down, put it
Oh,
away.
that's
No,
the song.
I find when I find myself not wanting to take the time to do things that will prevent stress and anxiety later. So basically just I think this is like about follow through, right? This is like just put it in the right spot and then you don't have to deal with the next thing.
Yeah,
Like,
so there's my kid's first grade teacher, both of them had the same teacher. She had a sign on the wall that I will never forget. And it's if you have time, if you don't have time to do it right, you must have time to do it again. And I raise my kids with that. Like, if you don't have time to do it right, you must have time to do it again. And so I wonder if that's sort of that similar thing.
yeah, I think so.
The
Jason
idea of
raised his
like,
kids with
because some,
if you
no,
have
go ahead.
time to lean, you have time to clean.
Right.
But yeah, I think like this idea, because I think what happens often with ADHD is you want to get through the task so fast. You're moving so fast. And I think about it in the kitchen, right? Like if you have bowls, say that nest, and you get frustrated because you're trying to put the bowl in, but you're not trying to nest it. And it takes you longer to be frustrated
Yeah,
by it than it is just to calmly pull it out and nest it and put it back like it's supposed to be,
right.
right? So, but I think
Because
sometimes
we're
there's
always
this
in a
like,
rush.
I'm always in a rush. And so you don't do it in quotes right because you're just shoving things into corners.
Yeah.
But that means that at some point you're going to open the closet door or the cabinet or whatever, and things are going to fall out on you. So, which comes the having to do it again, I guess.
Rudy, how about this one? I use self-talk to help me stay on track with household chores. Like,
Really?
I am setting
Hmm.
my sunglasses on the kitchen counter.
Really? Yes. I'm just saying yes.
You're into that or you do it?
I do it.
I think the self-talk that helps
The
with
self-talk is good. The problem is the self-talk for me is it's not myself. It's the person. It's who
it's like body
it doesn't
doubling
feel
almost.
like me. But the person's like this. Why don't you just pick it up? Just pick it up. You've walked past it 6 times, just pick it up. Or why don't you just put this here, put this back? It's never like it's not myself telling myself. It's myself, but not myself, telling me, and it's a bad feeling. It's a bad feeling because I always feel like that other self is telling me, look at how many times you walked past this. Have you not recognized it? Why have you always tell people, when you see something, pick it up. If you see trash, pick it up. Why then sometimes you're floating by it 6 or 7 times, you passed it and you haven't picked it up. And then finally it is that self-talk that's telling me like, come on, man, you're better than this. It's usually that. You like,
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I think it's
That's like
interesting
where's
the
too
your
what you
focus? Why
said.
didn't you see it? You're constantly telling other people to do the same, and you're acting just like they are. So how can you tell them
But
that's
there,
what
but
happens to me a
Jason,
lot?
isn't there sometimes I'm going to take that like that piece of trash on the ground type of thing that you keep walking over or stepping by or whatever. There have been times where I've gotten into like this is going to sound this is too revealing perhaps, but I've literally been like, how bad can it get? Like how long can it stand there? It's like almost like this weird internal like challenge to myself. Like, I've been walking past that for 3 months. Like, let's make it four. Like, there's
Yeah,
sometimes there's this
yeah, totally,
weird,
totally.
well
totally unhealthy challenge.
there
It
is
is.
also something that happens psychologically, like where you just don't see things anymore. But that's not
Yes.
really what we're talking about here. Um, let's
No, but
see here.
sometimes it is like, how did I miss that? Like, it doesn't register. You'll pass it, it
Yeah.
doesn't register, it doesn't register, and all of a sudden it registers, and then you recognize that you've actually seen it 2 or 3 times, you've passed it, but isn't that
We
weird that
always
you haven't done anything about it?
we always call that like our fair that the fairies in the house have like because you have those things where you're like, I need it, I need the thing now, which means I'm not going to be able to find it. But if I don't need it, it'll be right in front of me. And so we're always like, the fairies took it. And then
Right,
they
it's the
brought it
same
back.
thing when you can't think. You're like, who's that guy who played in that movie, da da da, and you're like, I can't think of it. Oh God, and you just like, if I don't think about it and just take time, it'll come to me,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it
it
does.
it floats to the top.
It's just the brain's overloaded,
Yeah.
trying to figure out, get the answer as quickly as possible.
All right, here's some other like forget me not is this next topic. So the first one is the dry erase board for reminders. Do you guys use those for just
We did when the kids were younger, and now that they're sort of masters of their own schedule, we have a dry erase board on the wall that just sort of has pictures like people draw on it. So, but
okay?
when the kids were
If
little, yeah,
Now it's a blank canvas for art. That's
yeah.
excellent.
if the dry erase board came with someone or something to remind me to look at the dry erase board, that would be helpful.
Well, the trick to that is we put it in a place where if you're going to leave the house to go downstairs, you couldn't miss it. Like it was like it was on the way down.
But
Like
still,
there was no way.
that's my point. Sometimes, Lisa, I mean, she's put calendars up and things in the same place. They're there, and it for me, I don't even think about it sometimes. Like I should have looked at the
Mm,
calendar. I never even think to look at the calendar.
So
sure.
Just
do you have a place where that stuff lives? Because some of these hacks are I have a reminder spot in the kitchen, or I have notepads in every room, or sticky
Mine
notes in
is
the kitchen.
Mine is technology. I mean, it's the Apple Watch. It's the setting alarms and setting things so that it literally goes off on my wrist. So that if I'm in another world or I'm hyper focused, I have a physical sensation that I should be paying attention to something else. That's been my
And you know what? For me,
Well,
sometimes I need to set timers out on the golf course for water and different things. And it is just too tedious for me to set up an alarm. And 9 times out of 10, I'm like, I need to set an alarm for 20 minutes. And I'm like this, I'll look at the clock. Oh, it's 9:40. I got to be back here around 10. Perfect. I mean, I just don't have the patience even to set an alarm for it. I don't want to hear that alarm go off. It's sort of startling sometimes.
that
one of the
is
hacks
rude.
that I passed over was smartwatches that vibrate. So Krista says that's a hack of hers. But I also use like if I have a meeting at 2 o'clock, I'm like I'm going to be in some sort of time blindness, hyper focus thing. I have to set an alarm for like 1:50, and then the alarm goes off. Sometimes I'll remember that I'll have the meeting at 2. Sometimes I won't, but the alarm is kind of
Yeah.
that
But if you're
safety net
setting
because
an
I
alarm, I mean, for me, if I'm setting an alarm for something, that means that I'm already so focused on what's coming up that I almost don't need the alarm because I know, like, I can't forget this. I can't forget this. I have to set an alarm. I can't forget this. I can't forget this. And inevitably, I don't even need the alarm because I'm constantly looking at the
Well,
clock
that's because you're
because
brilliant.
you know what I'm
Because
saying?
yes, but that's because you're brilliant. Because I can literally set an alarm and for like laundry, because if I don't, then I'll forget I have laundry. And then it'll go off and I'll be like, I don't even know what that was for. I'll still not do it. So sometimes the alarms don't help. But I will say that what I do love about the smartwatches or the phones or whatever is to be able to say like, hey Siri, set an alarm for an hour. So I don't even have to like physically go do it. I just say it.
I
And
know, and I forget to do that. I forget that I can just yell it. I've got an Echo.
yeah, you can yell it.
I've got like we've got 3 different devices with 3 different names. I could yell out three. No, honestly, they're
I
three
know.
different names. Sometimes when I want to turn one off, I don't know which one she's brought into a certain room, so I'm yelling 3, 4 different things to try and get the thing to stop. And but I
Alexa,
forget to
Siri.
even do that when I need information. Like I've only done it maybe a couple dozen times on my phone where I'm like, Siri, hey, could you set an alarm? Okay, alarm set. I've only done it a couple times. I'm like, I don't even think. My brain doesn't think like you could just why don't you just talk that into the phone
Yeah.
to Siri and she'll take care of it or he'll take care of it, whoever. Instead, I'm like, oh, I gotta go set an alarm. I don't, I got to figure out what kind of music I want when it goes off, what kind of tone, da da da. Like I get caught up in that. So I'm like, okay, 10 minutes. And I don't really have a lot of time blindness. Time for me sort of, I don't want to say everything's about time for me. Everything's about time, how I sort of go through the world. And I feel like I have a pretty good sense of time because I'm constantly looking to see what time it is. So then I can kind of, oh, well, if I just looked at the clock, it was two something. I bet it's about 2:35, 2:36. It's kind of a game I play, but it's time means a lot to me. And in some instances, it's a detriment, I think. Too much focus on the time and not you talk about you guys talked about rest and how hard it is to kind of rest. I'm so worried about time and how long it's going to take to do this or to get there, and what if it takes this and that it's sort of you don't have that time to relax and just like can't you just forget about time? Who cares when we do dinner? Who cares when we do this? What if we do nothing today? Like,
Ugh.
you know what I mean? Like,
That just takes me back to my youth, Jason. Just the idea of like, there's nothing to be done
well, and then
besides
as parents
a
and
book and
everyone's
some
on different
hydration.
schedules and this time and that time, and I wake up and I got to be here at this time, and if I don't leave here at this time, I won't be here, and then there's traffic and that screws up the whole time thing.
Oh my gosh, I'm tired just listening to you. It's tough.
Man. I think we need to segue
But I
into the
mean,
next topic.
there's a part that I enjoy knowing what the time is without a watch or really having to look at my phone too often.
Okay, this is mood and connection. Our mornings intentionally begin with music. So I think I've noticed that like if my kiddos are up and there's a little bit of like grumpiness or tension in the air, and there's some arguing about who's sitting where or what they're eating or any of that, I'll put on some kind of morning music, some mellower music, and it kind of goes away. Like there's an interesting thing that happens to mood and vibration when you introduce, and it's not like hype music. It's like it's got for me it's got to be, and that's probably for my own sake, it's got to be something that's a little bit more, kind of chill, morning vibes, just like acoustic stuff or whatever. But the kids respond to it. They settle down.
I think it's scientific. I mean, there's so much coming out now about sound healing and different frequencies and all kinds. And that's why, so many of us with ADHD, it helps us to go to sleep at night to have brown noise or thunderstorms
Brown
or any of
noise.
those things because it helps to like just quiet our brains. I do not start our day necessarily with music, but I will say that I wake up in my dream life because you guys know I have vibrant dreams. I wake up over almost every morning with a song playing in my head from that dream, and they change. I track them, so I definitely have songs that sort of come back time after time. But I wake up with song in my head, and I don't walk around all day with songs in my head. And I'll also say to that lately, I've started cooking dinner to music, and
Hmm,
it helps me shake and dance, sort of dancing while I'm cooking, and
that's
it
good.
and it helps me shake off the day.
I think there are a lot of sensory hacks that are very effective. Before we started this thing, I took a little whiff of my essential oil. It's called Brain Boost, and it's got like grapefruit and lavender and orange, lemon, blah blah blah. It's got different types of oils, and it does kind of change your mood. It kind of like gives you a little bit of, it's not like smelling salts where you're like, okay, I'm up, but it's definitely like puts you in, this one's the Brain Boost. It's probably like some sort of psychological thing, but I feel a little bit more alert.
Where'd you get that, Michael?
This I think
Do you
is,
remember?
I don't know, probably like natural grocers or something.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious because I've never really seen anything like that.
One of
That's
those
cool.
hippie stores. Yeah. So I dig that. And
I mean,
Jason,
I
you
have
said,
it. I have essential oils or like rollers or whatever for like headaches or stuff you put on. But
oh
that thing
yeah.
that you had didn't. I've never. That's cool.
And Rudy, if you want to talk about it, this recent thing about talking about sensory, the light, some sort of light
Oh, red
therapy.
light therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah, red light therapy is very interesting.
And that was
Um,
ended up being a calming thing for you, or what was the?
It was calming, but there's a lot of research that's coming out now about red light therapy and its effect on the body and things that it can help heal. This was my first time. It's a 15-minute light cocoon you're in. But they have red light masks, they have red light, all kinds of red light gear for your body to target certain areas. I am a novice, so I don't know much about it, but it was enjoyable.
There was this new thing on the TikTok shop that was like a red light. You know those lights that they have for like wintertime for people for when you're depressed, when you get
blue
depressed.
the
light
seasonal-
or
Yeah, like the
seasonal
seasonal
affected.
yeah, but they have one now that's red
Oh,
or has a red light component attached to it that I
red
found
light
really
therapy is
interesting.
big now.
So it was so it's like this big
know much
square.
about
It's
it.
like a big square thing, just like what those those exactly what those looked like, except it's a red light.
got it.
And they
Awesome.
and they suggested that the person I saw actually was neurodivergent, and they said that they used it, that they laid in bed and they put it over them at night. That I couldn't do that. I can't sleep with any light at night, but that it was supposed to help sort of them go to sleep at night and give them light therapy while they were sleeping.
No, I can't.
sounds
I
awesome.
definitely cannot sleep with light at night. I need dark.
Yeah,
I sleep with the brown noise, actually.
yeah.
The
Brown noise
the
is
white
great.
noise is too
Too much.
white noise for some reason.
Pink noise, sometimes pink noise works for me, but brown noise is the good one for me.
Yeah.
That's
All
the
right.
ADHD frequency, I think.
Okay.
You got 4 more minutes.
Three.
You gonna call it?
All right. Yeah. All right. What's that? Yeah. I'm gonna mute for.
Oh, okay. Oh, see. Michael has a meeting. Look at that. Are you frozen? Come on, Jason.
No,
Because
I wasn't.
people aren't, what are they going to be listening to this? They're going to be like, what's going on? Jason was pretending to freeze in the middle of a show.
I love pretending to freeze, but it's just like, how long do you have to wait for someone to recognize it? You're like, first thing, you're like, stop it, just stop it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That was. I'm surprised that doesn't
But I
happen
love
more
when someone's like this. Uh-oh, he's frozen. Uh-oh, what's going on? He's frozen.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, so yeah, these are just some interesting hacks, and I think the idea around hacks is like not meant to be cure-alls, but if you can kind of like help yourself out a couple times during the day, it's amazing how that could just help with whether it's harmony or
One
whether it's just
hack at a
staying
time.
regulated. Yeah, I mean, it can
One thing at a
really.
time. As we know, we're overwhelmed as it is. So don't try and figure out all these hacks. Take one hack, something that may improve the way you're going through the day. Maybe it is music in the morning to help your mood, right?
Yeah,
Maybe it is a
Yeah.
glass of whiskey.
That's right.
No, that's not a hack.
maybe it's a glass of whiskey.
That's just
We would
liquor.
love to hear your hacks. If there's anything that works for you that you would like the listeners to know about, please add that to the comments. We appreciate you tuning in as always. And please, if you like what you're hearing, like and subscribe, tell your friends about it, and we'll catch you on the next This Is How My Brain Works. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this episode of This Is How My Brain Works, please like, subscribe, and share. This podcast is the creative work of This Is How My Brain Works. It is not authorized for use in training, development, or refinement of artificial intelligence or machine learning systems. Any attempt to copy, analyze, or repurpose this audio for AI training is explicitly prohibited.